Aho, Ponca Moshe Wongide. I want to say hello and good afternoon to all of our Ponca people, all of our tribal citizens in the service delivery areas and across the country, and to all of our employees that may be able to watch this at this time. The Ponca Tribe finds itself in a unique position again. 1 year ago to the day, the Ponca Tribe faced massive flooding events that involved our people and our homeland and tribal property in both the Niobrara area and the Norfolk area. At that time, we felt it warranted enough action and was grave enough concern for our people and for our tribal nation to declare a state of emergency. Unfortunately, today, a year to that date later, we find ourselves in that position again. Today, I'm enacting under the authority as tribal chairman in declaring a state of emergency for the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska. This decision was not made lightly, and it has been done in conjunction with many, many hours of planning by our executive team, our health team, and our employees tribal-wide. As everyone is aware, the COVID-19 virus has taken the United States and the world by storm. And as we've monitored the situation and looked to best prepare our people, our employees, our tribal offices, and every entity under the tribe, we've taken those painstaking steps to protect our people, both our employees and those people that come into our offices and our casino and different entities and use those services, so that we know that they're all protected the best way that we possibly can. In that vein, we've done as much as we possibly can up to date, and every plan that we make is evolving, and changes need to be made because things are changing by the hour. New information comes in. Our people are very attuned to updates that are happening hourly, both at the local level, the state level, and the federal level. I can't say enough for our health CEO, Dr. Matuziak, and his team for the work that they're doing to make sure that we have the latest and most updated information possible, as well as our emergency response team led by Tori Champagne. All of these things are working in conjunction with each other and all of our staff to make sure that our people are safe. But to that end, today I am declaring a declaration of a state of emergency, and I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to read that emergency for our people. So whereas on March 6, 2020, the first confirmed positive case of coronavirus disease 2019, also known as COVID-19, was reported to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services in Douglas County, a service delivery area for the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, and local health departments and DHHS have since that time worked to identify, contact, and test others in the state of Nebraska potentially exposed to COVID-19 in coordination with the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And whereas on March 9, 2020 was reported to the Iowa Department of Health and Human Services and the IDHHS have since that time worked to identify, contact, and test others in the state of Iowa potentially exposed to COVID-19 in coordination with the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And whereas on March 10, 2020, the first confirmed case of COVID-19 was reported to the South Dakota Department of Health and Human Services in Charles Mix County, a service delivery area for the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, and local health departments and the SDDHHS have since that time worked to identify, contact, and test others in the state of South Dakota potentially exposed to COVID-19 in coordination with the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And whereas COVID-19, a respiratory disease that can result in serious illness or death, is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which is a new strain of coronavirus that has not yet been previously identified in humans and can easily spread from person to person. And whereas the CDC identifies potential public health threat posed by COVID-19 both globally and in the United States as high, and has advised that person-to-person spread of COVID-19 will continue to occur globally, including within the United States. And whereas on January 31st, 2020, the United States Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar declared a public health emergency for COVID-19 beginning on January 27th, 2020. And whereas the CDC currently indicates there are 137,445 confirmed cases of COVID-19 worldwide, with 1,268 of those cases in the United States. And whereas the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska has instituted a COVID-19 response team to manage the public health and aspects of the incident. And whereas the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, the Tribal Emergency Operations Center, is coordinating resources across tribal government to support the tribe's Department of Health and state and local officials in alleviating the impacts to people, property, and infrastructure, and assessing the magnitude and long-term effects of the incident. And whereas the worldwide outbreak of COVID-19 and the effects of its extreme risk of person-to-person transmission throughout the United States and the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska service delivery area significantly impacted the normal operations of both tribal government and tribally owned businesses, and has the potential to significantly impact the life and health of our people, as well as the economy of the tribe, and is a public disaster that affects life, health, property, or the public peace. Now therefore, pursuant to the authority vested in me as the chairman of the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, under Section 3 of Article 10 of the Constitution, Section 1 of Article 5 of the Constitution of the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, and Section 8-1-2 of the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska Code, and the Emergency Management Plan of the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, I hereby proclaim that a state of emergency exists in all counties in the service delivery area of the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska, as defined by the Ponca Restoration Act, Public Law 101-484, October 31st, 1990, and all amendments thereto, and direct the plans and procedures of the tribe's emergency management plan be implemented. Tribal agencies and departments are directed to utilize tribal resources and to do everything reasonably possible to assist affected service delivery areas and tribally owned businesses in an effort to respond and recover from the outbreak. I hereby activate the emergency management plan of the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska and declare this to be a level 1 emergency pursuant to the plan. I hereby direct all the tribal departments to take such steps as they deem necessary to meet these emergencies and to continue these actions until such time as a threat to life and property created by these situations have been alleviated. I further direct or request state and appropriate federal agencies to cooperate with and support the tribe upon its request as may be appropriate and lawful. I hereby authorize the executive staff of the Ponca Tribe of Nebraska to activate such elements of the tribe's emergency management plan resources as are appropriate to deal with this emergency, and to expend such funds within the limitations of availability from the tribe's general fund to support these actions. This declaration shall take effect at 00 hours March 13th, 2020, and shall remain in effect until modified or rescinded. Again, we're not taking this situation lightly throughout all of the tribal service delivery areas, but I want to assure all of our tribal citizens nationwide, worldwide, that if they have questions or concerns or issues of themselves, to please reach out to the tribe, and we will try to help in the best way that we possibly can, or let people know where services can be obtained. I know in this time of uncertainty and increased news, information, and updates, there's still going to be questions that individuals may have. There are several sites that have been listed on the tribe's Facebook page and social media outlets and the tribe's website that list where people can get those questions answered. But to just reiterate quickly, if people have questions and that they'd like to get submitted to the tribe, I give you the tribe's email address for that site. Again, it's COVID-19@poncatribe-ne.org. ne.org. Again, it's ne.org. Again, the tribe is doing everything that we can to alleviate any questions and concerns and make sure that the safety of our citizens and our tribal employees are of the utmost importance. The tribe hasn't to date made any mandatory decisions to cancel any tribal events. These have come at a case-by-case basis. Its programs and activities may need to be postponed or canceled outright for the protection of our tribal citizens. To that end, the tribe will continue to monitor and make those announcements as needed to give all of our people the information that they require and want. Also, we want to make sure that we're very mindful of the citizens, of our tribal citizens, and those that use our services. The most exposed and crucial group of people that these issues face, and that's our elders. We're planning right now to make sure that we have things in place so that our elders are taken care of, and so those plans are being done as we speak on making sure that our elders are taken care, that they have the medications that they need, that they have the food and supplies needed to protect themselves from this virus. And so as those continue to evolve, we'll make that information available to our people. But we just want to make sure that all of our people know that we're looking at those things. And while we try to be mindful and consider all situations that our tribal citizens face, I just also want to have consideration given that our tribal employees are doing everything they can, and sometimes we may miss something, and there might be situations where we just can't help. In those cases, we ask for your understanding and respect and patience, because if we can't do it, we will certainly work to find different ways to help our people. And while the tribal government and our programs can only do so much, and we don't know everybody's situation at all times, I again call on our people to reach out and help each other and look on those that might need extra help, those that might be elderly and in a position of health that may not allow them to do everything they need to do. If they need help, please advocate for them and with them, and let us know how we may be of assistance. And those that may be financially in a position that need extra help. Again, the only way we're going to get through this is doing this together as the community that we are, even when we're stretched from a wide geographic distance. We've shown this time and time again where we've come together as a nation to help each other in these times of trouble, and this is no different. This is an issue that we can't see, and which adds to the stress and the concern and people's fears. And so we will continue to do what's best for our people, to keep our offices open, to keep providing services through this uncertain time. We ask again for your patience in working with new requirements that our people are being asked to do when they come into offices. And we ask that if you believe that you might be sick, or you are afraid you might be sick, that you take that precaution and make sure that before you come into an office, call us, call our people, call that office site, so that those employees can be made aware, and we can have you come in and be secured, so that there's no unintentional spread of this potential virus to employees and others. And so we are doing everything we can to help protect you, but please help protect each other and have that respect for each other as we move forward. And so I appreciate everyone's concern and understanding through these tough times, and the tribe will continue to update and make information available the best we possibly can through this time, and knowing that each hour seems to change on the information that comes forward. And so with that, I thank each of you. I pray for each and every one of our tribal people in this time. I ask for your prayers for our tribal employees who are doing the best they possibly can to make sure that they're protected, and that we can continue to provide services to our nation for as long as we possibly can, the best we can, through the long-term unknowns of this virus. And with that, I thank you again. If you have questions, please reach out. Feel free to contact me, or especially specific questions to the virus. Please use that email address that was given, and look on our sites for that information, or call the offices. So with that, I thank you. Gatega, Wibilhan Sheno, and prayers to our nation. We thank Wakanda for all he's given us. Aho, thank you.